Hello, I'm Matt York, Global CRO at Foundry. Welcome to our latest edition of CMO Perspectives. Today we're joined by Aimee Catalano, Global Partner Marketing Executive at Google Cloud. Aimee, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Lovely to have you. So just tell us a little bit about your role within Google and your reporting lines and what you're responsible for, please.
Absolutely. So I lead Global Partner Marketing for Google Cloud. And in this role, I'm responsible for basically all joint marketing across the portfolio of different partnership types, and then across all of the different product and solution lines within Google Cloud.
So my first question, Aimee, Google Cloud has had incredible success the past couple of years. What role has your partner marketing organization played in that overall growth strategy?
Yes, Google Cloud has definitely been growing at a very fast pace, and it's great to work for a company that puts partners so much at the center of the go-to-market. And so obviously in a partner-facing role, this is really key. I would say there's probably two core roles that the partner marketing organization has played to really drive that element of our partner business. So one is about lifting mind share, right? We are in a very hyper-competitive, cloud market. And so our ability to go drive preference for Google Cloud with our partner ecosystem is key. So how are we creating very unique experiences? How are we engaging the partners? How are we really not just building this ecosystem at a very fast pace, but driving that advocacy and loyalty that we need? And so that's one piece. And the other one, kind of pretty traditional, but in this market that's growing so fast, our ability to have the most innovative programs to source demand, to progress pipeline, to get the consumption really up and revenue up. So our ability to bring really unique marketing programs out to our partners is really what's been able to drive this very impressive year-over-year growth for us.
How has the pandemic changed your go-to-market strategy with partners, or has it not?
No, there's absolutely been shifts. For one, as you can imagine, when COVID started, it was this massive, okay, how are we going to pivot our worlds to digital? And so, we were definitely very centered on, how are we not just skilling our partners and helping them learn kind of digital marketing best practices. Everybody was somewhere on that journey of digital marketing, but it was okay, crash course, let's really get ramped here because there are no other options. Yeah. And so part of that for us was what things do we have that can be valuable as a digital asset that we can then enable our partners to go create leads with. And so there was a bunch of stuff that we did there in addition to helping them with the skill sets. And then it was interesting because over time we realized that there's actually some great benefits to this. So when we think about go to market with partners, we do both broad-based marketing programs, but then also, a decent amount of, I would say, very high touch things like CXO roundtables. So now all of a sudden we can get our CEO and the CEO of a partner easily together for a lunch break with 15 other CEOs, because it's all digital and nobody's traveling. And so it opened the door for more types of programs that I think are now, as we're starting to go back to, a lot of in-person programs, we're going to see this hybrid because so much of that was great. We now need to find a way to reintroduce the in-person moment.
What is on the horizon, whether it relates to MarTech, data events, or even media strategies that has you and your team excited?
There are a few things I'm pretty excited about, kind of along the same theme of we're in this interesting, had to go all digital really fast to now reintroducing in-person elements. And so we are right in the middle of reimagining our annual customer conference, for example. So, we used to have 40,000 people in San Francisco every year and lots of people in London and lots of people in Tokyo. And so now as we really think about how are we engaging with our customers and partners where, there's going to be in-person elements, but it's not 40,000 people, right? It's going to look really different. And we got to also at the same time cater for those who just want to join digitally. I'm really interested and excited to see how we're about to bring this to life this year. One more that I'm pretty excited about. There has been a lot of focus around DEI, and it's interesting at Google, right? Because there's this massive ads business, and there's these. Let's just say there's a lot of different businesses within Google, and there are partner marketers in those organizations. I would say the pandemic and several other topics for the first time really brought everybody who works with their definition of partner together. And so we've started a group in the last year or two, and I'm really excited to see, like, we're introducing things like a partner DEI council. We're introducing new programs to engage, I would say, both to our partners, but then with our partners to our customers around just super important DEI programs, social impact projects. How are we really teaming together in probably some of the most important work out there? So those are probably like the three that I'm most excited about this year.
I just want to pick up on that last point. It sounds like you're bringing, obviously the scale that Google brings and the resources to help partners address DEI challenges. Did I capture that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a really interesting kind of value add, if you like, to the business relationship. It's something that's not about commerce per se. It's just about what's the right thing to do. Top challenges that partner marketing community still needs to overcome.
So in terms of challenges, I would say this has always been there, but now it's becoming more and more of an issue that we just need to find tactics to solve for, and it's co-opetition, right? So we've always had situations where large partners work together, and there might be a sliver of their businesses that overlap. And so how do we define swim lanes, and how do we get to the 80% of the relationship where 1 + 1 = 3, and then navigate the more complex waters? And now it's like, especially in this world where, if you think about, public cloud, and think, let's just say ISVs, for example, like, they are both a partner, they are both a customer, and then in some cases, we might have overlapping customer facing solutions. And so this is like absolutely getting more and more complex. And there's nothing more frustrating than like two teams spending a ton of time, like, building an amazing marketing plan, and then one deal blowing up because some, reps weren't aligned, and then they were selling over the other partner. And that just like spreads like wildfire and really can disrupt the progress between two companies building a great marketing plan. And so, I think the ability for us to identify up front, like, this is where, we're going to like coexist in the market. Again, most of the time it's like 80-90% beautiful 1 + 1 = 3 fit. Like, in this area where we might have a little bit of overlapping technology, not only do you define like, okay, this is the engagement model, but then how do you make sure that all the sales teams are aligned to this and are on the same page? And is there some kind of like closed loop feedback if something goes wrong? Like, this is how we alert it, to kind of like nip it in the bud before escalations come. I do think that I strongly feel this co-opetition is only getting more and more intense. And so really putting a lot of energy on figuring that out sooner rather than later is super important.
So what would you share with other partner marketers who maybe have 5 or 10 years experience, or even new people coming into the into the industry and into this practice?
So for one, I'm definitely biased, but the reason partner marketing in general is so great is because you kind of get to do everything, right? It's like you're almost like the CMO of a joint solution, because you own soup to nuts the go-to-market strategy and marketing plan. And because of that, right, because you need to think about, what is the solution? What is the joint value prop? What is the route to market? Are we going direct? Are we going through a channel of distribution? Are we, how do we then go enable those people? How do we create the right sales enablement and sales training? And then how do you go build demand gen programs to create leads to then go give to whoever is, harnessing the demand? And then how do you go bring awareness and market awareness? And how do you go talk to analysts? And how do you talk to press? And then how do you go get really amazing customer success stories to the market as well? Like, you're kind of like full spectrum marketing when you do partner marketing. One of the biggest advice is like, if you don't have that background, which is totally fine, like, invest the time and energy. Go take like the sales product trainings, like really understand the solutions and the products that you are marketing, so that you can then help define what should our strategy be based on target audience, based on where do we have a competitive advantage from a product standpoint. How do you bring that to life through the most powerful messaging? How do you then create the content that brings that messaging to life? So I really do feel that like investing in that product marketing skill set as one of the many elements that you need as a partner marketer is what can breed success as you like go through your career.
There's some key words I picked out, or some key phrases that I think are really important. Digital transformation, velocity, reimagining, the value of business relationships and people. And I particularly taken by the DEI initiative that you mentioned, the Partner Council. Harmony, and then optimize and platform. And yeah, those are just kind of words I picked out, and a couple of phrases from our conversation that I think kind of neatly capture and summarize what is going on within your organization, and why you're driving so much success and so much change. So congratulations to you and your team. And I think it says an awful lot about you and your team that those are the words I picked out, candidly.
I am smiling quite large at those words. So I do, it's interesting to hear him back in that kind of forum. But I do think that captures the spirit of what we stand for, what we're driving towards. And so, yeah, thank you. That's actually great to hear that read back.
Well, Aimee, been a real pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.